Welcome to the Automotive Blockchain channel, everybody. Hey, we are going to be covering some quick things with as pertains to this article here from WardsAuto. This is industry voices. So what can what can blockchain do for the automotive industry? Sometimes, you just get tongue-tied. All right, here we go. This is on October 7th, and this is an opinion piece by Jonas Lundquist. I'm not going to go through the entire article. I'm just going to do the highlights of it. And if you are someone who is interested in saying, hey, wait a minute, what is blockchain about? And you're in the automotive industry and you kind of want to get what I would consider to be a reasonably good overview at a high level and keeping it basic, well, this would be one of them. So, for that being said, here's the first part that they cover. Public versus private blockchains. They explain what some of those differences are. In that, private blockchains offer most, if not all, the distributed benefits of public blockchains, while the retention to overall control helps to improve privacy and eliminate many of the illicit activities. So one of the things about blockchain that when it first came out, just so everyone understands this, is that it decentralization and not being necessarily private. So decentralization. And here's the thing, folks. As I'm getting ready to go through this article, I'm going to let you know right up front, this is not one of those things where blockchain solves everything. Some things as it pertains to blockchain, as it pertains to the automotive industry, you don't really need blockchain for. You can do things with some zero-knowledge proofs, as well as some zero trust attached to that. So here we go. Supply chain management. So supply chain fraud affects organizations of all sizes and in all industries and can occur at any step in the process. A growing and challenging trend is the corruption of supply chain data, which can take a wide variety of forms, including manipulation of data, item quantity, and payments information. So in this particular case, blockchain would be able to help solve some of those issues. One in particular is it can be used with other technologies such as IoT and AI to manage massive amounts of data produced daily by the automotive manufacturers. So, leveraging AI and some Internet of Things, you would be able to have better tracking, better tracing within the supply chain. Next up, you have digital passport for vehicles. This is going to be one of those things where the entire history of the vehicle, from the point of purchase, actually from the point of manufacturing, the digital birth certificate, on over through the selling not just to one particular person, but multiple people, all of the individual what they call provenance in a particular vehicle, but all the individual information. So all of the repairs, all of the maintenances associated with that, that could be stored on chain as well. Now, the interesting thing I say about this, though, is that you have to have the stakeholders, and that means all stakeholders, involved in this. So that's where you can get a little iffy on this because, there are thousands upon tens of thousands of different types of repair facilities out there, the mom and pops, etc. And to get all of those on board so that it can be on chain, that's not a small feat. So the question you'd have to ask yourself is blockchain the correct answer for that? There are a number of different technologies coming out about that. Let's go ahead and move on down to that. And I'll get into another video probably at some point in time where it talks about tokenized auto ownership, because that is coming to a dealership near you. All right, so here we go. A secure payment system. With secure payment systems, there's a lot of different aspects as it pertains to payment processing inside of a vehicle, whether it's going to be when you're paying your tolls, whether it's going to be a monthly parking fee, insurance, etc. It may be. Those sorts of things could be stored on chain, and an example of that could be whether a vehicle is insured or tag and title processes. Again, this doesn't necessarily have to be on the blockchain either. It doesn't. I repeat, it does not necessarily have to be on there. It's just a matter of accessing the data. And if all the data is housed in a decentralized platform, such as what Mobi would offer, and look that up if you haven't heard of Mobi, M-O-B-I, that's M-O-B-I. Look at Mobi. They have a number of different protocols in there. You can actually go ahead and look at some of my videos that I did on Mobi before, and we cover some of that information. Next up is safeguarding autonomous data. This is kind of a tricky one, but in here, this particular author is going over the safeguards of autonomous data because vehicles, let's just say the infrastructure starts to become more complicated, vehicles talking to each other and talking to the infrastructure, well, that just means that the data inside of those vehicles is going to become more and more important. And in my opinion, not just for autonomous vehicles, but also for pretty much any of the vehicles that are out there. Because I'm here to tell you, there's a lot of data out there that's floating around in these newer vehicles that the manufacturers are collecting and you don't know about it. All right. So as the data is cryptographically protected, only authorized parties would be able to view it in. As a consequence, blockchain will also stop any bad actors. Now here's the thing. It already is cryptographically protected in many particular ways. And right now the manufacturers are actually looking at this data, but it's not in the blockchain format. It comes over in different sorts of ways. So ride sharing and being decentralized, that's another important area. That go ahead and read that paragraph. This is one of those things where if you're going to be evaluating the reputation of the people who are going to be riding in your particular Uber, or that you'll be sharing that particular vehicle with, you may say, you know what, this particular person who's getting this particular ride share, they're not someone who has 5 stars like I do, so I don't want to ride with them. You may have one of those things there. I could see how certain countries that may have social credit scores and you're getting in ride sharing, you may not want to ride with someone who has a lower social credit score, so you won't get into that specific vehicle. So that may be something you could have there. And the last thing we're going to be covering here is going to be fleet management. And in fleet management, autonomous vehicles present another strong case for the blockchain technology. And fleets, as they pertain to rideshare or as they may pertain to buses or whatever it may be, this is going to be another piece of information. So the cars will be able to log information about their daily activities, such as daily usage, completed routes, technical issues, and other problems. With blockchain, such as platforms, can be made to suit the needs both commercial and private fleets. In addition, with a little help from smart contracts, IoT, self-driving cars can be capable of recharging their batteries. All right, everyone. So definitely go ahead and check this article out. I'll go ahead and give definitely a hat tip over to Jonas Lundquist. Thank you very much for writing this article out of WardsAuto. And hey, if this is something that you like, go ahead and don't forget to hit the like button. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to the Automotive Blockchain channel. Thanks a lot.